All right, good morning. Let's get started. Some really, really nice gappers today. Yeah, we already have BOXL, 300% mover in pre-market. Pretty impressive move. Maybe trying to get up to $10. Seems to be a magnet area. These things like to get to 10 for some reason if they get close. We saw one of these last week as well. Definitely want to keep a watch on. Now, I'm not seeing any news on it. AGRI actually has some news. To launch first publicly traded Avalanche focused company? What does that mean? $550 million capital raise strategy. So $550 million, that's quite a bit for a small company. Okay, so it's crypto. Crypto again. The native token on the Avalanche network. So they're raising money to buy this token, and I've never heard of it. I'm not really that deep into crypto, but we've been seeing these crypto plays pump pretty hard lately. I'll research this Avalanche thing, see what this is all about. I don't have a clue really. Regardless, this is probably the second leading gapper. There's QLGN just taking over, but AGRI is number 2. I would suspect this is done. Keep a watch on that one too. QLGN, another one. This one started from Friday, gapping up. So it's already at, was it $8? Pushed to $13. So we've got gapping over some major levels. Still some overhead resistance on it, but all the way up towards 22, $20, $30 again, another one. There's sort of one right here at 7-ish. So it's all over the place. Levels everywhere. This is probably cooked. MBX. Actually, let me look at the news here on QLGN. Let's see. $41 million investment. It's a pipe. Pipe financing. Okay. MBX, pharmaceutical company, biotech. Phase 2 trial, 63% rate. So good phase 2 trial results. This one's a little bit sketchy. It is a decent looking stock for the strategy, but let's look at this daily. Yeah, the daily is a little bit strange to me. You know, this is sort of a no resistance chart. So it's already pushed up towards 20 bucks. Pretty much all-time high. Yeah, pretty much all-time high area. So this chart has no resistance. It's a higher price stock. And this could actually keep going. So I don't know about this one for a short. A little bit scary. %109% institutional ownership. I don't know how that works. But we've got a float of 12 million. Apparently 100%, 109% institutional ownership. And that's going to take out some of that float. So unless we have insiders trading or selling, then the float it's got to be super low. Because I believe that institutional ownership is not factored into float. So this must be a super low float with no resistance on the chart. So unless the institutions want to offload here, then I don't know. This could probably go higher. Probably could go a lot higher. You see we're right at the breakout level too, so a little sketchy if you're short. MBX. Let's see. Let's keep that one on watch too. I would guess it's going to keep going. Maybe blow off towards 50 bucks. I mean, that would be kind of crazy, but we've been seeing some crazy moves. Not a long either for me because, I mean, the stats on these are really going to be 70% are going to fade, but sometimes you get these big moves, and that's why you get them. So no one expects it to actually go more, but of course short sellers are going to pile into it regardless. Like BOXL, probably topped out now. I would guess this one's topped out. PLTS. So this is one of these early spike fail moves. 420. Starts moving around 4 a.m. So already up and down. MTSR. Not to be confused with MSTR. More of a mid cap stock. Pfizer closing a deal to acquire Medsera for up to $7.3 billion. Okay, maybe being taken over by Pfizer. On the verge of finalizing a potential $7.3 billion deal. Anti-obesity drug. Anti-obesity. Okay, so the deal could be announced as early as Monday. Let's see. So is it a deal? Is it a potential deal? Contingent value rights worth up to an additional $22.50 a share. So it seems like it's in the works. Not something I would be interested in anyways. MTSR. Let's go ahead and just make sure we get rid of that one. House. Another mid-cap kind of stock. Another one we probably don't want to mess with. Let me see the chart here on the daily. Yeah, see, it just doesn't move well. It moves like a normal stock. Not really interested in that. Let's see. Compass agrees to acquire Anywhere Real Estate for $1.6 billion in all-stock transaction. So another one of these acquisition type moves, which we don't want to mess with. All right, BKKT. We are already looking at that one. This one is a former runner. It's been around for a while. Eliminates all remaining long-term debt. Announced it has redeemed its outstanding 0% convertible. All right, eliminating all long-term debt. That's cool. So what's interesting with this one is it moves like we want, number one, and then the other thing is it's kind of filled this gap already. So there was a gap right here at 17. It's already pushed up to 17, so the gap is filled. Potentially the top is in. It had a pretty quick move in the morning. Now it isn't up a ton, it's only up 30%, but it had a pretty nice initial spike. So, liking the looks of this. Of course, the other main ones are AGRI and Boxel, BOXL. Boxel potentially topped out now. But it hasn't reached 10 bucks yet. For whatever reason, $10 is it's a major level. Like AGRI already hit 10 bucks. It's interesting how that works. So from yesterday, $2.50 all the way up to 11 in pre-market today. Pretty impressive move. Pretty freaking move. Pretty impressive. All right, let's look at a couple big caps before the open here. I've got a big watch on Nike. Massive watch here. So we want to swing this, but it's still kind of downtrending. Not interested yet. But whenever this trend breaks, that's where I'll be buying. Yeah, we already bought this one back here. Sold it into the breakout. We bought this one over here. Sold it into the double top area. And now we're looking to do it again. Eventually, I do think we're going to have a bigger move on Nike. Nike oversold higher time frame. Yeah, that's looking nice on the daily. Super nice. And it's sort of the bigger context is this bigger trend break. Plus, of course, you know, on the weekly, we can see how much it's actually down off the top. Yeah, 70% drop overall from the top, the tippy top to the bottom. So whenever you get a discount like that, that is usually best case scenario, especially for real companies. Not going to get a lot of opportunities like that. And the bigger play, too, is to bounce it back towards $100. A lot of resistance here at 100. But again, probably this is going to eventually make it back to all-time highs, I would guess. But the main thing is to trade these little trend breaks, get some good entries, sell a bunch of it, and then maybe hold a bunch of it, hold the other half. Lower downside risk by locking some in. Let's see, PayPal. Kind of another one. Now after FOMC, we are cutting rates. SPY is at all-time highs at the moment. So PayPal, another one. We got it on this trend break over here. We traded this trend break right there. And now we're looking to hit it again. It's a couple of interesting areas. Mainly it's just holding into this range. Sideways consolidation. And it's sitting right on this volume shelf. So it does seem like there's pretty good odds that this will be the bottom for PayPal. Could always be wrong. But after consolidating sideways for 2.5 years, 3 years, probably the bottom is in, I would guess. Yeah, major trend break right here. Hasn't broken yet. We don't have to necessarily wait for that. We're still kind of on the other side of this trend break too. So this one's sort of played out, but this is turning into a flag. Maybe consolidating higher low, and then it'll break out of this eventually. But it really shouldn't go below 56. Do want to see some higher lows on it. And maybe even see this trend line hold up too. Let me just get rid of this one. Getting a little cluttered here. All right. Now this is the main wedge it's in. So probably, it could always come to the bottom of the wedge and then tighten up and break out, or maybe it just holds here and breaks out. So we'll keep a watch on that. Etsy is another one. Pretty incredible move. We already sold some Etsy. Yeah, I have a hard time holding on for too long, but we were able to get Etsy down here in the 53.50 area and then sell into this push here. So we had a couple of legs up and it's choppy, but I'm hoping it pulls back now and I can reload the dip because I do like the bigger picture on the daily. Nice consolidation. Pushing out of these moving averages. See, the moving averages got super tight. Super tight. And that's where nice things happen. Getting some crossing. Breakout, pull back to the moving average. You want to buy the dip. Well, this is what I like to do. I like to buy the dip to the moving average and then try to swing it for a big move up. You can see that behavior change on this chart because this entire downtrend was under these moving averages all the way down until we get to this year. And recently in June, finally broke out and pulled back for the first time through this entire downtrend. So there's the shift. And now it looks like it's in an accumulation pattern before eventually breaking out. And it could be choppy for a while. But even if I bought over here, guess what? It came right back down to that level. So it really takes time for this to play out on the bigger picture. But that's why I'm always selling into pushes like this. Maybe I'll rebuy a dip. I'm not locked in too much. But the bigger picture, again, probably going up towards $100 over the next several months, I would guess. Lululemon. So this is another one that it's way off the top. I mean, this is a crazy pullback off the top. 70% dip off the top. Again, we've seen this before. We don't get many opportunities like this. The question is, where's the bottom? We don't want to get in too soon. But you can see back here, this aggressive pullback Whenever it started reclaiming this 20 moving average on the daily, that's where it ended up holding the bottom. You know, you never know. Look at this. It tried to hold a couple times. Eventually, it did hold. But we have sort of another breakout pullback right there. And then getting some more confirmation. So this takes some time to play out. If you get in too soon, it's just not right. It's too early. And of course, look at this. You can always wait for the first green month to buy. Mainly because when you get this super aggressive pullback like this, it wants to jackknife back up. V-shaped recovery. So we're kind of getting another one of those over here. Not as nice, maybe, but that is a pretty aggressive downtrend. See, this was nice because it was red month, red month, red month, red month, red month. Okay, first green month. That was it. All right. 3 minutes to the bell. Gonna focus up here, see what we can do. I'm gonna be trading this fake out strategy on Tesla. This is a day trading strategy. We wait for the fake out and then we get in. So we'll see if we can get one today. Here's a good example of one back on the 15th. So we get this fake out of the low, pre-market low level, comes back up, boom, hit the long, and then sell into this push. That's it. Usually we get days like this where it just consolidates between pre-market low and pre-market high. So if we can just sell into the pre-market high, we'll be doing pretty good. Occasionally we do get ranging days, but this is more common. See, like these 2 days here are just breakdown and then it goes, breakout and it goes. Those are tougher to trade because usually things reverse. Here's the fake out strat. So we got a fake out right here. Fake out the pre-market high, come back down, close under the 9. That's what we want in the 5-minute. And then we get the pullback to the pre-market low. Nice trade. That's all we want. Give me one of those. So let's check Tesla out here. This works really good on Tesla. And combining this with the bigger picture is important too. So Tesla's on a pretty massive push right now. Pretty incredible move. We had a wedge right here. Consolidation, breakout pullback, held the retest, and now it's pushing massively. And it's really holding an aggressive flag over the past several days. That is a very aggressive looking flag. It looks like it wants to push higher. But with the fake out strat, it doesn't really matter too much because we have volatility for sure. It doesn't have to break out today. It could break out tomorrow. It could be a fake out today, and then we get our fake out set up. So that's something we don't have to predict. We just try it if we get the setup. All right, here's the bell. Good luck. BOXL squeezing. I love this chart. This is such a good chart. Yeah, short sellers they're on it. So this stock is 40 cents a share to borrow. Kind of expensive. Earlier in the day, it was more like 10. All right, let's see. AGRI pushing as well. Tesla's just straight up so far. We're watching for the fake out. Yeah, Amazon down. Apple pushing. Oracle looks like it's holding up pretty well. Oracle may be a long swing. Swing for a long here. Oracle holding up this flag here. Kind of looks nice. Pretty crazy gap though on this thing. Yeah, I might have to buy some Oracle here for the swing. I'll try a little bit. This is a high tide flag. Episodic pivot. All right. Got some Oracle long. Tilray looking weaker now. I do have a swing on that. We're up a little bit, but it's just, I don't know if it's going to do it. I guess we'll stick it out, see what happens. GameStop looks like it's going to push higher. You own GME. That's right. You sure do. I should own it too. Oh, damn it. All right, took a stab at AGRI, got squeezed. It just looks so good. Yeah, it's like you shouldn't even try unless you're gonna risk 50%, 40%, 30%, something like that for the short. It's just too choppy, too crazy to predict. But you know it's going down. Tesla's just straight up, so that one is not going to set up for me. DG in X. What is that one? Okay, interesting. Not sure if I like it. Guess we'll give it a try. It's got a recent reverse split. It's a breakout chart. So we have the long on that. So long from 822, 1822. Let's see what happens. DG and X. Yeah, it's the higher priced one. Is kind of weird. Daily looks super nice. Yeah, there's a chance it does something cool. All right, DG next cut. Not so good. All right, Intel is still in play. Yeah, Intel's trying to fill the gap back down towards 26 bucks. Well, I don't know if it's going to get there or not, but it is having a little bit of a pullback today. Kind of just holding yesterday's close so far. So the daily does look like it wants to be a big red day. I am looking for the rebuy on this too. We had a really nice trade on it from 24 Sold it into this gap at 32. So if this holds a base somewhere, we'll be rebuying it. Maybe it pulls back more, maybe it doesn't. It's still setting up. A lot of profit takers locking in this gap. This crazy, crazy gap right here. Super impressive. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there. I got some work to do. I'm gonna let this AGRI try to fade. We'll see if this is the top. It seems like this has a good chance of coming down now. We do have BKKT short as well. That is it for today. But I will send some updates in Discord later. See how we end up. This is going to be a kind of a snooze fest as this fades. Hopefully it just fades nicely. But yeah, we'll call it there. Good luck, everybody. Be back tomorrow.